From the station working for you, this is Good Morning Indiana, streaming now.
An Indianapolis firefighter will be laid to rest later today. Now at 4:30, how his fellow firefighters are remembering Matthew Bennett. Plus, a number of college students are now on Thanksgiving break and won't be returning to campus for some time. This morning, we're taking a look how the coronavirus is impacting their holiday plans. We do want to welcome you in here on this Monday morning. Thanks for joining our team on Good Morning Indiana. I'm Lauren Casey. Todd Clausen has the day off, so we have Alyssa Donovan, meteorologist Alyssa Donovan, in studio with us today. Alyssa, great to see you. What can we expect in our forecast today?
Good morning, Lauren. We are going to see a bit of a chilly start today. Temperatures in the 30s and 40s across the area. 41 right now in Indianapolis, 39 up in Peru, 40 in Fort Wayne. As we head through the day, we are going to see a dry day, however, a bit of a chilly day. So we're starting with a little bit of cloud coverage across the area, and then we are going to see a lot of that clear out as we head through the day. We're going to see mostly sunny skies this afternoon. High pressure is going to be in control, and that's what's going to help dry us out today. So we did have some rain over the weekend, and we are going to start to see that taper out, and we're going to see much calmer conditions to start your week. So a dry and quiet start today on November 23rd, below average with those temperatures just a little bit. Usually we're in the upper 40s. We'll be in the mid 40s across the area. Could climb a little bit more just due to that sunshine. Plenty of calm conditions today and tomorrow, but we do have some changes midweek right before the holiday. I'll have those details in just a few minutes.
All right, Alyssa, thank you. Here is a live look at traffic right now up on the north side, I-465 and Michigan Road. You can see traffic there is moving along smoothly, pretty quiet at this hour. No delays to slow you down. Breaking this morning, 2 people in San Jose, California have died following a stabbing inside of a church. According to police, the stabbing happened at Baptist Church just before 8 o'clock local time. Authorities say multiple other people have injuries. Right now, police say some of those victims are fighting for their lives. Officials say there were no services being held at the church. The building was reportedly being used to get homeless individuals out of the cold. IFD engineer Matthew Bennett will be laid to rest this afternoon at Crown Hill Cemetery. On Sunday, before Bennett's public showing, the IFD Chief's Honor Guard began to stand watch at Crown Hill Funeral Home, where they will remain this morning. Bennett was 49 years old, and he was assigned to IFD Engine 1 just before 10 o'clock Friday, November 13th. He drove Engine 1 to a possible structure collapse. Shortly after arrival, Bennett started complaining about chest pains. He died the following day at the hospital. Before joining IFD, Bennett worked with Wayne Township and Franklin Township fire departments. IFD leaders say Bennett will be remembered as a public servant.
The public and serving the community was what Matt was about. From a young age, I think his mother told us 11 years old, to when he passed away at age 49, a month short of his 50th birthday. Matt was all about protecting the community and serving the community, which we are, and that's what the common bond that all of us firefighters have. Is we all have one goal, that's to protect our community, and Matt was all about that.
Well, today's services will be closed to family only, but a procession will follow the funeral around 12:30 p.m. Firefighter Bennett's casket will be placed on IFD Engine 1 for this procession from Crown Hill Funeral Home past IFD Station 1 and return to the cemetery for burial. He will be laid to rest in the Heroes of Public Safety section of Crown Hill Cemetery. Let's turn now to the coronavirus and its impact on the Hoosiers state. This morning, state health officials report nearly 6,300 new coronavirus cases. Since the pandemic began, nearly 300,000 Hoosiers have tested positive for COVID-19. State health officials also report 48 more Hoosiers have died with COVID-19. Since March, more than 5,000 Hoosiers have died with the virus. So let's take a look at the numbers of deaths reported each month since July. So far this month, 946 Hoosiers have died with the coronavirus. That's nearly the total number of deaths reported in July, August, and September combined. This morning, Indiana University students are starting their Thanksgiving break, but once it ends, students won't return to the classroom until February. It's part of an effort to slow the spread of COVID-19 cases and keep everyone safe. Tanaya Jones is a freshman political science major at IU Bloomington. Before leaving campus, IU students like Jones took a departure COVID-19 test. If they tested negative like she did, the university advised them to continue on with their normal routine. We wanted to find out how students like Jones were planning to spend the next few months at home, especially for the holidays.
This year, we're not really having as much family over as we usually would. So usually, like last year, it's a big family function and we're doing it real big. This year, it's more of our immediate family. Other than that, me personally, what I'm going to do just to stay safe is, wear my mask all the time and definitely make sure that I have hand sanitizer. I'm a real germ type of freak. Like, I hate touching things and then not having hand sanitizer. So definitely hand sanitizer on deck. And just being alert, being aware, not really going a lot of places.
Well, Jones, who graduated from Lawrence Central, will be spending a majority of her time at home working and taking online courses. In-person classes resume at IU on February 8th. WRTV is working for you and going inside the COVID crisis in Indiana. Tomorrow at 7 p.m., you'll hear from a 30-year-old man who survived a harrowing battle with the coronavirus. And we're talking with the experts, everything you need to know about a potential vaccine. Our WRTV News special Inside the COVID Crisis airs Tuesday at 7 o'clock. This morning, doctors are concerned about the combined impact of the flu and the coronavirus. On Friday, the state health department reported the first flu death of the season. Specific details are never released, but we do know the person who died was at least 65 years old. Right now, flu-like illnesses continue to be low around the state. Let's turn now to our hiring Hoosiers. A criminal background can be a major barrier for some Hoosiers looking for work. That's why a Bloomington man is working to help others turn their lives around just like he did. A moving company which began with just one truck 5 years ago now has grown to 5 trucks with 23 employees. Antonio Jackson founded the company. Jackson is an ex-felon and he knows how difficult it is to find work for those who have just finished serving time. So Jackson started Big Boys Moving Company, where the majority of his employees are also ex-felons.
We try to make these men and women feel like you belong here, and all of us together make our community better. It makes us safer, and I'm invested into this so much because my children are growing up here.
There's not anything that any of us are too good to do. We will do anything for each other and just for our job and for ourselves, you know what I mean? It shows how far we've came and what we're willing to do to be a productive member of society.
Well, Antonio and his wife Anna also require their employees to take classes on self-improvement and do volunteer work within the community. To learn more about Big Boys Moving, look for this story on the WRTV mobile app. Well, a larger-than-life tribute is now complete right here in downtown Indianapolis for Holocaust survivor Eva Moses Core. The 53-foot tall mural is on the south wall of the 500 Festival building located on Virginia Avenue. The mural is based on a photo of Core taken during one of her visits to Auschwitz, where she was imprisoned as a child. It was painted by Pamela Bliss, a Hoosier artist behind outdoor murals of icons like Kurt Vonnegut, Reggie Miller, and John Mellencamp. Now everyone driving along Indianapolis Cultural Trail will be met by the face of Core, one of the most inspirational Hoosiers, with her signature message of hope, healing, and forgiveness. Well, there were only around 12,000 fans inside of Lucas Oil Stadium for Sunday's Colts game. After the break, they'll be talking about the game for a long time. Alyssa.
And we are a little cool today. Temperatures just a little bit below average, but we're going to creep up right before the holiday. Those temperatures climbing almost to 60 degrees. Some chances of showers on the way as well. I'll break down all the details coming up.
Welcome back. This morning, Joe Biden is forging ahead with his transition before he's sworn in come January. But as ABC's Elizabeth Schulze reports, President Trump continues his efforts to contest the election.
As President Trump continues to contest the election results, President-elect Joe Biden is forging ahead with the transition process. Biden expected to nominate his longtime advisor Antony Blinken as Secretary of State. The cabinet announcement, which could happen as soon as Tuesday, comes as Michigan is preparing a vote on whether to certify election results or delay the process to allow an audit. With at least one Republican member of the state's canvassing board expected to delay the certification, if the other Republican forces a tie, the issue could end up in the court. Michigan's House Speaker telling Fox News.
As you mentioned, if there were to be a 2-2 split on the State Board of Canvassers, it would then go to the Michigan Supreme Court to determine what their response would be, what their order would be.
Meantime, some counties in Pennsylvania are planning to certify their election results today. Pennsylvania is the latest state to dismiss a Trump campaign lawsuit claiming voter fraud, with the judge writing the claims are haphazardly stitched together like Frankenstein's monster. A small but growing number of Republicans are now expressing frustration that President Trump won't accept the results of the vote. Republican Senator Lisa Murkowski saying a pressure campaign on state legislators to influence the electoral outcome is not only unprecedented, but inconsistent with our democratic process.
And what's happened here is, quite frankly, the conduct of the president's legal team has been a national embarrassment.
The Trump campaign is distancing itself from conservative attorney Sidney Powell after she made unfounded claims about the integrity of the voting apparatus used in several states. Trump had said last week that Powell was part of the legal team. Elizabeth Schulze, ABC News, Washington.
At 4:43 this morning, airline ticket sales show that some people are still planning to travel for Thanksgiving, despite warnings from the CDC. Now, Google Maps is trying to help people keep them informed that do so. The navigation app added a new COVID-19 feature back in September, and it's pushing people who are planning to travel to utilize it. The feature includes the latest news on the virus, state orders, and the 7-day average of case numbers for the area you're visiting. The tool will also pull up COVID-19 testing sites, and many states are now requiring a negative test for travelers who want to avoid quarantine. Veterans with a service-related disability are likely to get free access to U.S. national parks for life. This morning, USA Today reports that the bipartisan Wounded Veterans Recreation Act has passed the House. It's already cleared the Senate. On Veterans Day, the federal government began allowing Gold Star families free admission. Active duty service members already get into the national parks for free. Take a look at this scene. This is northern Indiana. Visitors at Chino Lakes State Park are greeted with the season's first snowfall on Sunday. Chino Lakes is located northwest of Fort Wayne. Park officials snapped this photo. As much as 3 inches of snow fell in parts of northern Indiana. That is beautiful there, Alyssa.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people here probably aren't ready for that just yet, but I don't know. I think it looks kind of festive.
Yeah, you know what? The good news, if you're not a snow person, we don't really have any snow in the next 7 days here. We do have the potential of a wintry mix tonight, but most of that potential mix will be pretty far north. If anything, we'll probably just see some light showers here in Indianapolis. 41 right now to start this morning, and we are seeing those winds fairly light out of the west, about 12 miles per hour. Visibility is good right now. We have partly cloudy skies this morning to start our day. We did have a little bit of rain showers over the weekend. All of that is clearing out. That's moved off to the east, and we are going to be left with high pressure in control today and into tomorrow. We are going to see just a system move through tonight, which will bring us that potential of a wintry mix. But for today, we are looking at partly cloudy skies to start, and then we are going to see some peaks of sunshine by midday, and then those clouds are going to come back just ahead of that small system that's going to move through tonight. What that's going to do is just bring us the potential of, as I said, a wintry mix. Looks like that will be after midnight and into the very early morning hours, clearing out quickly. But here's what we're talking about. Really, the potential for that wintry mix, any of that freezing will be from a line from Terre Haute up to Muncie. So here in Indianapolis, we could see a mix, but it looks like our temperatures are leaning into the upper 30s. So we'll just have to see about that. And a lot of that rainfall will continue to persist to the north of us by the early morning hours tomorrow, but most of us will be dry by 6 or 7 a.m. So we're just going to see that brief mix overnight, and then we will dry out for our Tuesday before we see another chance of rain following that, a better chance of rain Tuesday night and into Wednesday. Wintry mix tomorrow evening. Tomorrow morning is going to be another chilly start to our day. Those temperatures close to freezing, which is where we are right now. We're in the low 40s right now. Looking ahead to the rest of the day, we're going to drop off a little bit yet this morning, and that's just because we're starting to see some of that clearing sky and those winds picking up a little bit. So we're starting to feel a little bit more of a chill in the air. That high pressure is going to continue to take control today, and then we're going to see those highs into the mid 40s with mostly sunny skies. Briefly in the afternoon, we'll just see some peaks of sunshine. Now looking ahead to the rest of the week, 48 tomorrow, and then we're going to climb about 10 degrees on Wednesday, and that comes with periods of rain on Wednesday. Going to start to see those as early as late Tuesday, and then we are going to see things clear out just in time for the holiday. But if you're traveling on Wednesday, you might want to look at that forecast because we do have some rain coming our way.
All right, Alyssa, thank you. Let's take a look right now at traffic. This is on the southwest side of town, I-465. 5 of Union Road, and you can see traffic there is moving along just fine. No delays to slow you down. Taking you up now to the northeast side of town, our INDOT traffic camera at I-465 and East 56th Street. Traffic there is moving along up to speed as well. No crashes to report around the metro area, and that is great news for your morning commute. Here at 447, Lucas Oil Stadium is quiet this morning, but on Sunday evening it was home to a thrilling game that Colts fans are going to be talking about for quite some time. Our Brad Brown shows us how it all went down.
So where do you even begin after a game like that? The field goal that won it in overtime was one of the more generic moments of an evening that was filled with so many things to make your head spin just a bit.
You know, I feel like a freshman all over again, having a lot of first-time experiences, and it just felt incredibly special.
How about the 9 holding penalties called against the Colts? 5 of them on a late fourth quarter drive that could have sealed the game, but ultimately kept the Packers alive.
I'm disappointed that we didn't put it away. We got to do a better job. When we're in that mode, it's elementary. This is on me. This is really on me. That's elementary football. When you're in that mode, you've got to keep your hands inside.
Then there's the Colts defense. After getting shredded for 3 touchdowns in the second quarter, they went on lockdown for the third and most of the fourth. 4 takeaways in the game. Darius Leonard got the first of those.
When the games get close and it's on the defense, you gotta want to make a play. You gotta want to be the one to go out with no fear in your heart, no doubt in your mind that you're going to make a stop. And that's me. I'm walking up and down the sideline. I'm saying, okay, let's go. These are the moments you live for. I'm not just a linebacker who makes tackles. I'm a linebacker who wants to go out and change the ball game. And that's the mindset.
Green Bay took the momentum into overtime, but it was the Colts D that turned things around again. The strip fumble by Julian Blackmon set up the winning score. Back-to-back games now keeping the opponent out of the end zone after halftime.
Honestly, I didn't know that I forced it until I got up. So at first, I knew I hit his arm, but I had no idea that the ball was out. Once I saw that the ball was on the ground, I started flipping out. As soon as I saw him jump on it, I knew it was our ball, and I knew I caused the fumble.
As for the offense, outside of that frustrating late drive, they were able to make key plays for most of the game. The running attack piled up 140 yards on the ground. Phillip Rivers found 11 different receivers, 288 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
It felt like a big game when we came out for warm-ups. It had just a little more energy to it. Aaron Rodgers is over there. I mean, it's the Green Bay Packers. So the best team record-wise in the NFC. So it did feel that way. A team you only get to play once every 4 years. As a tough deficit against that group. But our defense, man, did they tighten up and anchor down there in the second half.
And when it was all done, even the Colts' top man had a chance to enjoy what could eventually be a season-defining moment.
Our guys hung in there, and truly one of the most exciting victories we've ever had at home here, and obviously in overtime too, so we couldn't be more elated.
The Colts offense held the ball for 35 minutes time of possession on Sunday. That's a stat the Packers had been dominating for most of the season, only allowing their opponents about 26.5 minutes. Ultimately, though, came down to just a few plays on both sides of the ball either way. The Titans also went to overtime and also came away with a win on Sunday. Derrick Henry ran in the game-winning touchdown for Tennessee, 30-24 final over the Ravens. Titans trailed Baltimore 21-10 early in the third quarter before coming back to force overtime. That leaves the AFC South leaders tied at 7-3. One will get the division title in a home playoff game. The other looks for now to be a solid contender for an AFC wild card. The Titans are here next Sunday. The game could essentially count twice for the Colts. If they get a win, not only would they take a 1-game lead in the standings, they would lock up the tiebreaker with the Titans by sweeping the regular season series. We'll see if that game next weekend is as exciting as this one. Brad Brown, WRTV Sports.
Brad, thank you. This morning, the Indiana State men's basketball team is having to wait a little bit longer to start the 2021 season. On Saturday, team officials announced they pulled out of the Gulf Coast Showcase. The team was set to start play on Wednesday in Florida. School officials said they had to pull out of the showcase because of the multiple positive coronavirus tests within the team. The Sycamores now set to begin the season December 6th against the University of Indianapolis. Well, it's a sign with a seemingly silly message. Just after the break, why officials say the sign has some serious meaning. As a reminder, the 20th annual WRTV Toy Drive is now underway. For more information on how to donate, you can visit WRTV.com/toy drive. Thank you for your donations. It is 4:52. Stick around. We'll be right back. Welcome back. It is 4:56. Here's a live look right now down on the south side, I-65 near Stop 11 Road, where you can see things are quiet. Traffic is moving along up to speed, both northbound and southbound. No delays to slow down your morning commute. Well, this bizarre sign in Canada has people all on social media buzzing. The sign says, "Don't let a moose lick your car." Well, there's a serious message behind a seemingly silly sign. Experts say moose are attracted to road salt coated on vehicles after a good snow. Officials say people stop along the road at Jasper National Park to check out the moose, but officials say this can be dangerous when moose are too close to cars. So must be a Canadian thing, things we don't worry about here, Alyssa.
Yeah, a Canadian and a Northwest thing. I don't think we have moose problems here.
Right.
We have a little bit of a roller coaster forecast this week. Temperatures today will only climb into the mid-40s, which is just a little bit below where we're supposed to be this time of year. And we'll see partly to mostly sunny skies throughout the day. Chances of rain come in overnight. Could see a wintry mix to the north, and then a lot of that's going to clear out by Tuesday morning, but Tuesday evening, another chance of rain comes in that will stick with us till Wednesday. But good news is we're drying out just in time for Thanksgiving.